What? The heck? Come on! My god, there we go. First of all, I would like to thank all of you so much for looking at my Knuckles video and liking it. Some of you even subscribing. I never thought I would get 1,000 views, let alone 5,000. So for that, thank you so much for 150 subscribers and my first video with over 1,000 views. We straight up skipped the 1K mark, by the way. I could never be more grateful. All right, now that we have done all the snappy stuff and my thank yous, let's jump into the video. Oh wait, let's not jump into the video, because I have to mention one thing. This video might be a little late because all my footage got deleted by OneDrive and I have to re-record this entire script and every other thing. But yeah, now let's get into the video. Kolossus, our favorite cook, whose specialty is kebabs. As I was informed, it's kebabs, not kebabs. The most enjoyable EXE in the game right now. Although, Fleetway will be my favorite until rewrites. Also, 2011X's buffs just make him better. So he cannot have the title of the best. Although, Sonic is genuinely a pain in the keister. We'll get more into that later, but for now, let's just go over his kit and stuff like usual. Yeah, right. So, infinite HP like usual, one passive, another one coming soon, maybe? I hope so. 2 attack moves, and 2 utilities. I'll get into why I hate one of these utilities later when we come to it. I really don't like it. Our passive is climb, and all we gotta do is jump, and then hold jump near a wall to climb. It's not that hard, but it can be a little finicky and annoying, especially around slanted walls. Our little stabby stabs, they deal a whopping 50 damage with a 2-second cooldown. It's kinda the best in the game. And our first and my favorite attack move in the game, charge! As you just saw, it can grab everyone with charge. It is so goated, the absolute best move in the game. But yeah, so when you activate it, you stay in a stance for a second. Then, you charge, and you can turn when you're charging. When you're running into somebody, you do an initial damage of 25. This can be countered, and if you have grabbed anybody, they just pop off. They just plop right off. They also come off if you run for too long. And then, after you slam them into a wall, you do a little extra 15 damage. After this, they are ragdolled for 1.5 seconds. And you can attack in any way for a few moments afterward too, which is a pretty good thing, pretty good feature, I'm not gonna lie. But before we move on to our next move, there's this annoying bug where if you get countered in this move by Knuckles, you do that cha-cha slide. Please fix this. It's the most annoying bug in the game with Kolossus, and Eggman doesn't have this bug. And then you can't say, oh, the knockback. They both have knockback. But yeah, alright. Our second move is grab. You lunge forward, and you skewer someone onto your meat stick. The distance is alright, but don't overestimate it, because you will miss it, and you're slowed for a hot second. Once you have grabbed someone, you can punch 3 to 4 times, dealing 12 damage. Each punch, and then you throw them away like the trash they are because they're little stupid little rats. The thing I love about this move is that it goes through counters. It's so goated. TS so goated. But make sure you don't punch during Eggman shields because it can still counter you. So yeah, watch out for that. Just try to wait it out. The grab stays for a hot minute, 10 seconds. And if Tails or Cream are trying to fly away, just jump and then grab that animal from out of the air because they ain't no bird. And now for our first utility, Hide and Seek. The name is quite ambiguous, big word, but basically it's the best indicator in the game, showing you an icon where everyone is for 6 seconds. Although, while it's active, you can't charge or grab, but in LMS, you can charge and grab while it's active. A pretty basic move, but it's also the best indicator in the game, and it's how you do a basic move. Now, block. I don't really like this move because, well, it ain't really a block. It's literally a counter and then attack, so it's a counter attack. The attack only stuns after you are hit. No damage dealt. Pretty good. Unless it's ranged, though. So, the name is a lie, but I hate counters in general. But before we get into my 2 biggest gripes about this move, let's talk about it more in depth so you can get more of a sense of what I'm talking about. You go into a stance for 3.5 seconds, and depending on how you are attacked in this stance, you will react differently. If you are hit up close, you just punch them away onto the ground, like I mentioned before. And if you are hit from far away, you chuck a boulder at them, and they take 35 damage. I had this happen as a Sonic once. It was weird. But yeah, my 2 biggest gripes about this move is, first of all, if you whiff the counter, you get a longer cooldown from 20 to 35 seconds. That's a pretty nice jump in time, right? But I can excuse that because it's kind of your fault. You missed the counter, your fault. But what I cannot excuse is it ground slams going through it. Dude, it's annoying enough when Knuckles forces you to cha-cha slide away with his counter. But this... Dude, I already predicted this dude's moves. But you're telling me I can't get through, gang, without charging and then doing a cha-cha slide? Because he counters my attempt to get past him? But with that aside, it's an alright, run-of-the-mill counter, and you should use it more than I do, because I don't use it at all. Now for some funny little words of advice from the wise one. I talked about grabbing, going through the counter, and how you can avoid being stunned. So, let's talk about cornering people. So, it's just getting people into a small area, like this little area in Green Hill. Usually, just charge and bring them there, and then just kill them. And they can't fly away in this area, because you can climb right back up. Because there are so many other areas in this game. But I just wanted to show my personal favorite, because it's the GOAT, the best. Now, what other words of advice can I give you? Target Sonic and Knuckles. Because, first of all, like I mentioned before, Sonic counters you with his speed because of his 2 movement options. But if you're forced into an LMS, try to sneak them as much as you possibly can. But drop dash iframes are overpowered. And now why target Knuckles? Because he has an annoying slide bug against charge. And either way, he's annoying against charge, but also, his stun, like mentioned before, goes through the quote-unquote block. So, he's literally an impenetrable wall against you. Also, always grab survivors with counter abilities, unless you know their counter is on cooldown. It's the safest way to deal with someone that has counter and not get stunned by them. Also, if you know someone is already sort of cornered, and you almost have your charge ready, just wait, stay on the prowl, then attack! Alright, young kebab cooker. I think I've given you the advice needed to go on and be a better Colossus. Just make sure that if that ring opens, charge them away from that ring! Alright, I hope you enjoyed my predictably formatted video. And thank you again so much for 150 subscribers and 5,000 views. While script is behind, it says 4,000, but it's actually 5,000 views now. But now, let's push this further beyond. This is the part where I ask you to subscribe and like, but I'm just gonna say that here. But yeah, please engage with the video in some way. I asked you again. Alright, but yeah. About that, my next video is gonna be about